There's great value in being alone. And sometimes as midlife, middle-aged people, Gen Xers, we just haven't been alone a lot in life. At least I haven't been, and the people in my circle haven't been. You know, a lot of my friends got married in their early 20s and either stayed married this entire time or have been through a divorce or two in that amount of time. And I think there's just this part of us that doesn't want to be alone. But I think we should change that. And I think the value of alone time is, sorry, alone time as I have a little animal here with me. But does that count? Maybe that doesn't count as being alone. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to just speak from my perspective in all of this because I got married when I was 20 years old. And, you know, I went from being at my parents' house and having my mom and my dad to a marriage. And that first marriage, you know, I'm not going to say anything bad at all because she's an incredible woman. And it didn't work. It didn't work. And partly because I was just a young, immature kid, you know, and getting married at 20 years old may not be the best idea. But that divorce led to a second marriage. And anyway, long story short is I really hadn't been alone. And I think I was afraid to be alone for a long, long time. And that fear of being alone led to needing to fill that space with a person or to identify my own self-worth with having the love of another person. And that's not very healthy. And now here I am in my late 40s and I crave alone time. I love alone time. And I mean, to get on a road trip by yourself and just go, wake up when you want, go where you want, stop when you want, eat whatever you want, just without worry of, am I inconveniencing another person? What will this other person think? Does he or she want to stop? You know, it's just having that freedom, that absolute freedom to be alone and experience life however you want. God dang, what a gift. What a gift that is. And even if you are in a relationship, you're married, you have a family, whatever it is, find that alone time. Take a weekend trip by yourself. And if you have a partner who doesn't like that or won't allow that, just maybe ask yourself some questions on why. You know, what would the holdback be? What would be that person's reasoning for not wanting you to go and experience some alone time? Would you want your partner to go experience a weekend alone? How would you feel about that? You know, even if it's just getting up on a trail and taking an hour or two to just go walk in nature by yourself and reflect and turn off your phone and don't listen to a podcast, don't listen to music, don't have your text messages with you, and just go experience a part of the world all by yourself. And who knows what thoughts are going to come into your mind or what ideas you're going to have for something that you need to do next. I think being alone is just an incredible catalyst for growth. And if we don't get that alone time, then I think we get stagnant, or we try to fill that alone time with things that just aren't very healthy for us, whether it be the company of other people and however that looks, or substances, or even just laziness, and just filling alone time with a television or sitting on your laptop or mindlessly scrolling through social media. You know, the stuff that's just going to create more stagnation in your life. But you turn off all of that and you just get away from people and you just have time with just you and your head and your thoughts and maybe a dog. You know, I guess for the first 40 years of my life or so, I was really afraid to be by myself. Maybe because I didn't know myself and I didn't know what I wanted to do or how I wanted to spend my time. And what would I do if I'm just alone? And I don't want to experience anything because for so much of my life, I shared experiences with somebody. And there's a lot of joy and value in that, to experience something with another person. You're creating memories together, and you can look back on that experience and say, hey, do you remember when we did this, or when this happened to us? And that's great. Like, there's nothing against having a travel companion at all. I mean, sometimes having somebody come with you is the greatest gift possible. I'm not saying anything against that, because I love that. Some of my favorite memories are with another person. Yes. But I also think my greatest moments of growth and self-experience has been just being alone and experiencing things by myself, and taking an adventure where there's just nobody else. And what a great way to meet people too. You just never know, when you are by yourself, what kind of doors you're going to be opening up to meeting other people. And that doesn't necessarily mean a romantic thing. Like, I think we associate meeting other people with romance, or a quick hookup or whatever. But that's not what I'm talking about here. Just meeting another human being who you have a conversation with. Because if you're out there with a companion, or with a wife or a husband, or whatever the case is, then you're kind of closing yourself off to meeting other people and opening conversations with others. That's not the case when you're alone. You know, if you're sitting on a picnic table by yourself and somebody walks by, they are more likely to talk with you. And you just never know what that's going to be. Is that going to be a new friendship? Is that a new business opportunity? Is that just a moment of two strangers exchanging a smile? Maybe that's it, and maybe that's enough. But you're opening yourself up to experiences that just may not happen otherwise. And I'm just not afraid of it anymore. I'll go out to dinner by myself. Cool. I haven't been to a movie by myself yet, but I don't really like going to movies that much anyway. It's not really my jam. And it probably would make sense to go to a movie by yourself, because you just don't talk to people anyway. So maybe that's not a good example. But I have no problem going to a restaurant on my own. You know, I used to. I used to just be absolutely terrified of that. I remember traveling for business and not wanting to go get anything to eat when I'm out, because I'm alone and I didn't want to do that. So, you know, just order room service and stay in and be safe. And I don't know. I just feel like it's part of the self-growth that I've needed to experience, and to be able to find the confidence in myself to spend time alone. Because maybe that's it. Like, not wanting to be alone is because you don't really know who you are, and you're a little bit afraid of who might show up. But the more time we spend alone, the more we get to know who we are and what we like and what we want to do. And my God, there's value in that. That is, I think those are the moments in life that really make us who we are. And if we stifle those, maybe we just never really understand who we are, and we never really reach our full potential. And that's really a shame. And sometimes I think, you know, why did I wait so long? Why did I wait so long to have alone time and to do things by myself? There was a lot of fear in me when I was younger, and I feel like now that I'm finally reaching that age where, you know, the fear just doesn't matter anymore. I really don't care what people think anymore. I'm just over it. And now I just get to be whoever I want to be. I get to be me, and that's going to open the door for the right people in my life. And some people leave and other people come in, and that's cool. Like, if somebody doesn't want to be with me because they don't like who I am or what I talk about or anything, is great. That person can go, and I know that there's others who will come. What do you think? Do you like to be alone? Have you spent a lot of time alone? I'm just curious. I'm curious to continue that conversation with you, and just let me know what you think. You know, what do you think of alone time? Do you crave it? Do you value it? Are you afraid of it? Do you avoid it? Do you pursue it? All right, I'll see you next time. Thank you for being here.